time to breathe.
Thank you, Jim Cunningham.
Thank you, Jim Cunningham.
So now let us begin Lifeline exercise number 1. Please press stop now.
As you can see, the lifeline is divided into two polar extremes, fear and love. Fear is in the negative energy spectrum, and love is in the positive energy spectrum.
Duh.
Excuse me? No, duh is a product of fear. Now, on each card is a character dilemma which applies to the lifeline. Please take this. Thank you. Please read each character dilemma aloud and place an X on the lifeline in the appropriate place. Sharita?
Juanita has an important math test today. She has known about the test for several weeks, but has not studied. In order to keep from failing her class, Juanita decided that she will cheat on the math test.
Good, good, very good. Mr. Darko.
Ling Ling finds a wallet on the ground filled with money. She takes the wallet to the address on the driver's license but keeps the money inside the wallet. I'm sorry, Miss Farmer, I don't get this.
Just place an X on the lifeline in the appropriate place.
No, I mean, I know what to do. I don't get this. You can't just lump things into two categories. Things aren't that simple.
The lifeline is divided that way.
Well, life isn't that simple. I mean, who cares if Ling Ling returns the wallet and keeps the money? Has nothing to do with either fear or love.
Fear and love are the deepest of human emotions.
Okay, but you're not listening to me. There are other things that need to be taken into account here, like the whole spectrum of human emotion. You can't just lump everything into these two categories and then just deny everything else.
If you don't complete the assignment, you'll get a 0 for the day.
Donald, let me preface this by saying that your Iowa test scores are intimidating. So, let's go over this again. What exactly did you say to Ms. Farmer?
I'll tell you what he said. He asked me to forcibly insert the lifeline exercise card into my anus.
These are modern times. My political attitudes are forthright. And if there's a vice presidential candidate worthy of my vote, it has to be Dan Quayle.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about responsibility, morality, family values.
Kitty, excuse us, please. They've suspended him from after-school activities for the next 6 months. Ever since this jet engine fiasco, I honestly don't know what's gotten into
Rose,
him.
I'll tell you this because our daughters have been on the dance team together for 2 years, and I respect you as a woman. But after witnessing your son's behavior this afternoon, I have significant doubts about your... Our paths through life must be righteous. I urge you to go home and look in the mirror and pray that your son doesn't succumb to the path of fear.
Wait, do you remember that weird gym teacher, Mrs. Farmer? Yeah. Okay, well, my brother told her to shove a book up her ass today. And then my parents just bought him all this new shit. Yeah, I know. I wish a jet engine would fall in my room.
They can show you the way.
Yeah. Dr. Monotov.
Donnie.
I know this is gonna sound kind of weird, but do you know anything about time travel?
Hey, call me, okay?
Ah, a wormhole with an Einstein-Rosen bridge, which is theoretically a wormhole in space controlled by man. So, according to Hawking, a wormhole may be able to provide a shortcut for jumping between two distant regions of space-time.
So in order to travel back in time, you have to have a big spaceship or something that can travel faster than the speed of light.
Theoretically.
And be able to find one of these wormholes.
The basic principles of time travel are there. You've got your vessel and your portal, and your vessel can be just about anything, most likely a spacecraft.
Like a DeLorean.
Metalcraft of any kind.
You know, I love that movie, the way they shot it. It's so, like futuristic, you know?
Listen, don't tell anybody that I gave you this. The woman who wrote this used to teach here. She was a nun many years before that, but and then overnight she just she became this entirely different person. She up and left the church. She wrote this book. She started teaching science right here at Middlesex.
Philosophy of time travel. Roberta Sparrow?
That's right.
Come on. Roberta Sparrow. Roberta Sparrow. Grandma Death. It's called The Philosophy of Time Travel.
What does philosophy have to do with time travel?
Let me see.
Guess who wrote it?
Who? Roberta Sparrow. Huh. She wrote a book.
Grandma Death wrote a book.
That's a terrible nickname.
We almost hit her with the car the other day.
She lives up there in that piece of crap house, and you know she's loaded. She's...
Yeah, you're right. She used to be known for her gem collection. Kids used to go up there all the time and try to steal stuff from her. She became a total recluse. Huh. I didn't even know she was alive till we damn near knocked her down the other day.
She was just standing there in the middle of the road, frozen. So I got out of the car and I walked over to see if she was okay. And she leaned over and whispered in my ear.
What did she say?
I mean, I think Frank wants me to go talk to her, you know, because the last time I saw him, he asked me if I knew about time travel, and she wrote a book about it, so that can't be like a coincidence, right?
Donnie, what did Roberta Sparrow say to you?
She said that every living creature on Earth dies alone.
How did that make you feel?
It reminded me of my dog, Callie. She died when I was 8, and she crawled underneath the porch.
To die?
To be alone.
Do you feel alone right now?
I don't know. I mean, I'd like to believe I'm not, but I've just never seen any proof, so I just don't debate it anymore, you know? It's like I could spend my whole life debating it over and over again, weighing the pros and cons, and in the end, I still wouldn't have any proof, so I just don't debate it anymore. It's absurd.
The search for God is absurd?
It is if everyone dies alone.
Does that scare you?
I don't want to be alone.